Hi Virgo, this is your reading for October. If you like my videos, please do like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading just for you, please do check out my website. It's in the About section and the description box. With that, let's get started. We have the Page of Pentacles. This could be a child who is an earth sign, grounded and down to earth. This could also be a new money-making opportunity coming in for you, a new job, something like that. We have the Queen of Wands. This could be an Aries. This could also mean that you need to embody the traits of being very confident, knowing what you want, and not letting anybody or anyone or anything stand in your way. Then we have Death. This could represent a Scorpio. This could also mean that you are transforming into something else. Your life is transforming into something else. It doesn't really mean a literal death. It's just a transformation. Then we have the Ten of Wands. The 10 is the end of the suit, the end of the cycle. So this means that, you feel like you've been overworked and overburdened, but it's coming to an end because he has harvested these wands and he's taking them home, getting closer to his house. So he sees the light at the end of the tunnel. And I believe you do too. Then we have the Seven of Wands, which talks about needing to stick up for yourself, stand up for what you believe in. We have the Five of Swords, which can mean that you are a victim of lying and cheating and deceit, or it could mean that you had to embody some of those traits to get ahead, and not necessarily as horrible as it may sound. It could also mean that you won. Usually it means, that this guy won by deceitful tactics, but maybe not necessarily. Then we have the King of Pentacles, which could be a Taurus or just someone who is very financially stable and knows how to manage their money and is really well off. We have the Two of Swords. This is a decision that needs to be made, but you don't know what the options are to make the decision. Then we have the Fool. This represents you today in your present state. You're taking a leap of faith into the future, trusting your higher power to guide you safely to the other side for your new beginning. Then we have the Knight of Swords, which could be a Gemini, or it just means that communication is coming in very quickly for you, or maybe you're being too hasty and moving forward, but we'll see. Ooh, then we have the Hermit. This is you showing up very strongly in your reading. This also means that you might have to take a journey through the dark night of the soul and figure out who you are. And, the Hermit is carrying a lantern, so he is lighting the way ahead of him. He's lighting his path, so you are seeing where you're going. And we're ending with the Seven of Pentacles, which talks about, is all my work worth it? Did all the effort that I put into growing these pentacles, are they going to be, good? And which ones do I pick that'll be the most profitable for me? While I was shuffling, I did get an extra card, which is the King of Swords, and this could be an Aquarius. This could also be a lawyer that you're seeking help from, or an expert in their field that you're seeking help from. It could also mean that you need to be very logical. I kind of think of him as like Mr. Spock in Star Trek, or Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory, very logical, no emotion, doesn't understand emotions. Okay, so let's see here. So, yeah, I feel like there's a new opportunity that you were thinking about. And I think with the Queen of Wands, you did act on it, and you had to transform yourself. Maybe it was a new health regimen, even. Usually Ace of Pentacles says that. But we'll go with it. And you felt very burdened by this transformation because maybe it was a lot of new things that you had to do that you're really not comfortable with. You had to step outside of your comfort zone to do them. And there were some things that you weren't going to budge on. Like if it's a new health regimen, maybe you weren't going to give up chocolate, or maybe you're not going to give up cheese, or maybe you're not going to give up, full fat milk, whatever your situation is. And maybe you did sneak a few pieces of chocolate or cheese, or have a cup of milk, glass of milk, or whatever. But, you were successful. But maybe then, you had to make a choice. Do I still want these things because maybe your cholesterol's still high and you need to cut something else out? But I think if you do, you'll be successful. It'll be fine. You'll get over it. It'll be hard. Because, when you like something and cutting it out of your life is hard. But I think you'll be fine and you'll figure out how to manage it. if this is a new money-making opportunity, a new job, you do need to embody the confidence of the Queen of Wands, and maybe you need to transform yourself into someone who is more confident, because maybe you are very much an introvert and you don't like talking to people that you don't know. I can completely relate. I think that's mostly why I am here on YouTube instead of traveling all over the world doing readings. I don't know, anyways. And, being extroverted when you're not really instinctively extroverted can be very, very overburdening. It can really weight you down. I know that too. But there are times when you have to say, no, I'm not going to be extroverted. I am at home. I'm going to be introverted and be myself. And, as long as you have that balance of making sure that you're being true to yourself and what you need to be when you're at work or making money, you'll be fine. And I think you will find that all the effort that you're putting into, transforming yourself is going to be worth it in the end. You're going to become, someone who is an expert in your field. So that's going to be great. Okay, I'm going to pull some oracle cards now, Virgo. And Virgo, this reading does really feel a lot like you, very logical. Yeah. I am going to use the Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain Oracle, because this is October and it is spooky season. Some of these pictures are kind of creepy, but again, I felt like it was fitting with it being October. So for those of you who don't know, Samhain is the Celtic version of All Hallows Eve or Halloween. And yeah, let's see what we get. Okay, we've got Bat, number 6. So 6 is an auspicious number for you if you do like to play the lottery. We got Elements, number 16. So 1, 6, or 7. And we got Third Harvest, 38. So 3, 8, 11, or 2 are very auspicious numbers for you. Okay. Third Harvest talks about manifesting what you want. And I think, with the Seven of Pentacles, evaluating what's going to be fruitful for you is also part of the Third Harvest. Yeah, the Third Harvest talks about, gathering up your accomplishments, celebrating your wins, looking at everything that you've done and achieved. This definitely, I was right. Okay. So yeah, if you have like an inventory of all the wins, when you are faced with a failure, the wins will help you overcome the failure, and you'll be fine. And the easiest way to attract more abundance is to feel abundant. So having, this inventory of good achievements and moments in your life will help you move through life when you feel lack or stagnation. So Elements talks about having emotional harmony. And I think that's kind of what the King of Swords is talking about, knowing when to use logic and when to use your emotions. So yeah, and Elements also talk about, every season has its place, every element has its place, and knowing how to balance them all out into your life. True harmony awaits you. That's really cool. Oh yeah, and Bat talks about that you use your intuition, and your intuition can see beyond your eyesight, picking up on things the rational mind can sometimes miss. We didn't get the King of Cups, so that would have been an interesting addition to this. There's been a wonderful movement in the world to deepen intuition. Intuition isn't just about saying my spirit guides told me. It's about genuinely trusting your inner voice to guide you in the dark. Oh yeah, the Hermit. That's right. Hermit goes with Bat because you're finding your way through the darkness, and You need the space to go to the dark places so you can put your inner knowing to the test. Doing your work is not about staying away from the dark thoughts or bad feelings. It's about knowing how to pull yourself out of the darkness when you get there. It's about being able to walk through the dark without losing your light. So it's time to figure out who you are. Oh, yeah. Figure out who you are. Your transformation. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. You are being guided to tap into the hidden realms of your subconscious when Bat comes flying into your reading. It's time to peek into the dark caves and spaces. It's time for you to dig into your spirituality, facing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Bat advises you to stop trying and start allowing. And then the abundance will come in. Allow your intuition to guide you. Allow yourself to feel energy move through you and your surroundings. Feel for the vibrations you come into contact with and let that be your guide. Genuinely doing spiritual work isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it requires you to go deep and ugly, but above all, it requires you to be honest. Honesty means going to the dark rooms where you have tried to hide. So Virgo, I do think you are going to transform. You're going to figure out who you are. You're going to be abundant. You're going to figure out that you can manage your own money. You can be honest. You can be an expert in your own field. You can find harmony between emotions and logic. And you'll figure out who you are. It's going to be a really transformative month for you. It's going to be, there's a lot going on here. So I feel that it's going to be a very busy month for you. I am going to pull a crystal oracle card and see if I can get more final message for you. Okay. Rose quartz. This is about self-love. Okay. The key words for rose quartz are unconditional love, peace, joy, and loving thoughts. Blessings. You are being bathed in love, light, and healing energy by the universe and those who dearly love and treasure you. This is a time of peace and joy, a time to reflect on all that you are grateful for. Share your love and blessings with your friends and loved ones. Remember, the more love you give, the more love you automatically receive in return. Know that you are truly deserve all the blessings coming your way. Yeah. So you are, I think that's just another great way to reiterate, that finding out who you are, being true to yourself. And if you give love, you get love. It's great. And do love yourself. That is probably the first person you need to learn to love is yourself before you can love anybody else. So have a wonderful month, Virgo, and brightest blessings.